Hi everyone, this is Rachel. Thank you for clicking on the video and let's get to it. The facts of this case are that back in 2014 in May, Michael Jace murdered his then wife April Jace. April had just come home from a Little League game with her two sons, ages 8 and 5. Apparently, an argument began between the two, and it ended in Michael shooting April 3 times in the chest and killing her. The children were in the house when it occurred. They were not hurt, and it is not believed that they were in the room where it actually happened. This actor is currently on trial for the murder, and the older child, who is now 10, actually testified in the case. Now, the reason why this is very upsetting to me is because domestic violence is one of the #1 killers of women in America. The cases of domestic violence have increased and become much worse. This mother here left two sons, and she left them at the hands of her husband. Now, even though he's an actor, it appears that the trial is going, fairly. It is not a case where because he's a star, he's getting special treatment. Now, domestic violence is something that 1 in 10 American women, go through in a lifetime. I have friends, family members, and people that I know that have been abusers and ones who have been abused. This is sad. It's a very sad case when a man is controlling, abusing, beating, and then murdering his wife, his girlfriend, his spouse. But it happens. It happens every day. As Americans, we need to figure out ways to decrease the numbers of women enduring this pain, dying at the hands of these abusers. We have all kind of movies and talk shows and self-help lines that we can call, but women are still dying. Domestic violence is about control, isolation, and just scaring a person to death where they're too afraid to seek help. In this case, it appears that Michael, the actor in this case, had a previous run-in with domestic violence. His first wife, I guess, testified in this case and advised them that when they were married, he had bashed her head into the wall. Seems like this guy has a history of abusing women. I don't know what in a man makes them do this. We all say that a man that fights women is a coward. He is a coward among men. When there's a fight between a man and a woman, there is no competition. Just by virtue that he is a man, he is going to overpower her and ultimately hurt her. Women, we get into these situations. We believe these men love us. It's a cycle where the man beats the woman, cries and apologizes, and begs her to stay with him. A lot of times when a woman threatens to leave, that is like the most dangerous time in the relationship. A lot of women, upon alerting that spouse that they're going to leave them, that's the time when they're most vulnerable and the most awful things can happen to them. As I said, I have family members who have gone through this. I've actually witnessed it. And it's the most terrifying thing that you can see. So I can just imagine how those children felt. And in my case, it was just fighting, and even that's bad. But in these two little boys' cases, it was that they heard a fight, they heard yelling and screaming, and then they heard mommy killed. And hopefully, when those police officers took those children out the house, they took them out via an exit that they would not have to pass anything where their mother was laying dead. And for the rest of their lives, they are going to have to relive the horror of that night. I feel sorry for them. I feel sorry for April. I wonder, was this the culmination of years and years of abuse? They did not mention that from what I read, but normally that is the case. The woman always seems to believe she can, if she just is a better person or does things a little different, that, you know, the violence will stop. But it's not about that. It's the man has a screw loose. Something is wrong with him. Nothing that she does will stop it, change it, or make it better. The best thing for the woman to do is to get away. Find help. Take her children and run. All too common, these women stay. And as outsiders, we never understand why. We tell them that how could they believe that that man loves them if he's hurting them. In these type of relationships, it's not only the man that has a sickness, but it's the woman also. And we put coined a term for that, and it's called the battered wife syndrome. We don't know what in their brain, what chemical makeup makes them stay, makes them believe that they deserve something like that. And there have been many studies on it, but it continues to happen. So what I say today is, if you have someone that you know that is going through this type of violence, help them. Help them get help. Don't turn a blind eye. Sometimes when we know that there's a family member or a friend that's going through this, we sometimes figure it's not our business and we stay out of it, when in all actuality, even though they may not be able to help themselves, we should be there to try to help them out of that situation. I know that you can't make anyone do what they don't want to do. They are adults, but we can always be there if they need us. This case is very sad. Just very sad. I really hurt for those children. So with that, I'm going to end the video. Thank you for watching, and take care. Bye-bye now.